Chapter 1 Call of Shadows. The village of Eldermore awakens to the ominous creaking of the ancient town bell, its sound echoing through the mist-laden streets. A cloaked figure materializes in the center of the village square, where the adventurers-to-be have gathered unknowingly. The hooded stranger reveals tales of an ancient curse that has plagued Eldermore for centuries, attributing it to the malevolent force dwelling within the demon's lair. The villagers speak in hushed tones of eerie occurrences. Crops withering, shadows that move on their own, and unsettling nightmares that haunt the villagers' sleep. The mysterious figure, a seer with knowledge etched in the lines on their weathered face, insists that only a chosen few can lift the curse by venturing into the heart of the demon's lair. The group, a motley crew of individuals from various walks of life, is chosen by destiny or perhaps the whims of fate. Among them is a skilled rogue seeking redemption, a valiant warrior with a haunted past, a wise sage drawn to ancient mysteries, and a fearless sorcerer intrigued by the lure of forbidden magic. As the hooded seer bestows a map leading to the demon's lair upon the adventurers, the atmosphere in Eldermore becomes charged with a mix of fear and hope. The village elder, a weathered man with a steely gaze, implores them to succeed where countless others have failed. The group, though hesitant, feels an undeniable pull towards the unknown, a call of shadows that sets the stage for their perilous journey into the heart of darkness. Chapter 2. In the heart of darkness, armed with the cryptic map, the adventurers traverse the outskirts of Eldermore, the forest looming like an ancient guardian with gnarled branches reaching out to conceal secrets. The air thickens as they venture deeper, and the once familiar sounds of the village fade into an eerie silence. The forest transforms into an otherworldly labyrinth, with twisted trees that seem to contort with a life of their own. The rogue leads the way, expertly navigating the winding paths, while the sage deciphers strange markings etched onto the bark of trees. Warnings or guides, the group cannot be certain, as the sun dips below the horizon, casting elongated shadows that dance in the moonlight. The adventurers encounter their first taste of the supernatural. Whispers echo through the trees, calling their names, revealing secrets long buried in the roots of the ancient forest. The sorcerer senses a surge of mystical energy, as if the very essence of the forest is alive and wild. Unearthly occurrences test the group's resolve. Illusions that warp reality, mirages that lead astray, and echoes of ghostly laughter that seem to mock their presence. The warrior's haunted past is brought to the forefront, manifesting in nightmarish visions that threaten to unravel the group. Yet, fueled by a mixture of fear and determination, the adventurers press on, drawn deeper into the heart of darkness. The forest seems to pulse with a malevolent energy, and the shadows take on a life of their own, dancing in a sinister rhythm that leads them further into the unknown. As they approach a clearing bathed in an otherworldly glow, the rogue halts the group with a tense whisper. Before them lies the entrance to the demon's lair, an ancient door adorned with grotesque carvings that seem to writhe in the dim light. The real challenge awaits as the adventurers stand on the threshold of the abyss, ready to unlock the secrets with Chapter 3 Whispers of the Past. The adventurers stand before the imposing entrance to the demon's lair, its grotesque carvings seeming to leer at them in the dim light. Before daring to step inside, the wise sage examines the ancient markings on the trees surrounding the clearing. Marveling the cryptic symbols, the sage unveils a forgotten tale of a power-hungry sorcerer named Malgrim, who sought to harness the dark forces within the demon's lair for his own nefarious purposes. According to the markings, the sorcerer's insatiable greed led to a cataclysmic event that left the forest cursed, and his own demise was intertwined with the very darkness he sought to control. The adventurers realize that the key to breaking the curse and vanquishing the malevolent force within lies in understanding Malgrim's twisted past. Guided by the sage's deciphered clues, the group embarks on a journey deeper into the heart of the forest, following a trail of ancient symbols and hidden passages that reveal the sorcerer's descent into madness. Along the way, they encounter spectral illusions that depict Malgrim's rise to power and his descent into the clutches of the demonic forces he sought to command. As they delve into the sorcerer's history, the adventurers discover that Malgrim's lust for power was fueled by a tragic loss and a desperate desire for immortality. The sage speculates that the curse plaguing Eldermore is intricately connected to Malgrim's unfinished business with the demonic entities within the lair. Armed with newfound knowledge and a growing sense of urgency, the adventurers navigate through the haunted echoes of Malgrim's past, approaching a long-forgotten altar at the heart of the forest. It is here that they believe they will uncover the truth and potentially find a way to break the curse that has tormented Eldermore for centuries. Little do they know, however, that the closer they come to revealing the secrets of the past, the more the demonic forces within the Lair stir, sensing intruders who threaten to unravel the carefully woven tapestry of darkness. Chapter 4: Open Labyrinth. As the adventurers approach the long-forgotten altar at the heart of the forest, a sense of foreboding intensifies. The ancient trees seem to close in around them, creating an oppressive atmosphere that sends shivers down their spines. The rogue carefully inspects the altar, revealing hidden mechanisms that trigger the unveiling of a concealed passage, a gateway to the true labyrinth within the demon's lair. The adventurers enter a darkened corridor, the air thick with the scent of ancient magic. The passage is a maze of winding paths and shifting walls, seemingly designed to confuse and confound intruders. The rogue takes the lead, relying on instinct and intuition to navigate the treacherous labyrinth. As they progress deeper, the group encounters enchanted traps that test their agility and cunning. A series of pressure plates unleashes a cascade of ethereal flames, while illusions distort the perception of reality, leading the adventurers into dead ends. Each challenge faced serves as a testament to their skills and camaraderie, forging a bond that strengthens with every obstacle overcome. The sage, attuned to the mystical energies within the lair, senses a growing malevolence. Whispers echo through the corridors, taunting and goading the adventurers. Shadows come to life, morphing into grotesque shapes that seem to watch their every move. It becomes clear that the very essence of the demon's lair resists intrusion, and the group must stay vigilant to avoid succumbing to the labyrinth's dark tricks. After navigating through a series of increasingly complex challenges, the adventurers reach a colossal door adorned with intricate runes. The rogue, with nimble fingers, skillfully picks the lock, and the door creaks open to reveal the heart of the demon's lair, a vast chamber shrouded in an otherworldly darkness. As the group steps into the chamber, the door slams shut behind them, sealing their fate within the lair's depth. Unbeknownst to them, the true challenges and horrors that await are yet to be unveiled, and the demonic entities within the lair stir with anticipation, sensing the presence of intruders who have dared to trespass into their domain. Chapter 5: Living Shadows. The vast chamber within the demon's lair is cloaked in an impenetrable darkness that seems to swallow the adventurers whole. The air is heavy with an eerie stillness as the group cautiously moves forward, their senses heightened in the absence of light. The rogue ignites a magical torch, casting flickering shadows that dance along the cavernous walls. As the light pierces the darkness, the shadows come alive with a malevolent energy. Sinister whispers echo through the chamber, reverberating off unseen walls. The sorcerer senses a dark magic at play, intertwining with the very shadows that now writhe and twist like living entities. Visions materialize before the adventurers, haunting visions of their deepest fears and desires. The warriors confronted by specters of battles past, while the sorcerer faces the temptation of forbidden magic. The sage battles illusions of ancient knowledge slipping through their grasp, and the rogue is haunted by shadows of past betrayals. The group's cohesion is tested as the illusions play on their individual weaknesses, threatening to sow discord among them. The whispers grow louder, urging them to succumb to their darkest impulses. It becomes a battle not only against the supernatural forces within the lair, but against the shadows that lurk within themselves. In the heart of the chamber, a mysterious pool reflects distorted images of the adventurers, twisted versions of their true selves. The sage, attuned to the mystical energies, realizes that the pool is a conduit to the demonic entities within the lair. The only way to proceed is to confront the illusions head-on and overcome the shadows that threaten to consume them. As the group battles their inner demons, the shadows coalesce into tangible forms, ghastly apparitions that materialize with malicious intent. The adventurers must fight not only against the illusions, but also against the very shadows that seek to drag them into the abyss. And with each adversary vanquished, the chamber trembles and the darkness recedes. The illusions dissipate, leaving the adventurers standing in the aftermath of their internal struggle. Yet, the true test lies ahead as the demonic entities within the lair awaken, their hunger for chaos intensifying with every step the group takes deeper into the heart of the shadows. Chapter 6: Embrace of the Demon. Having conquered the illusions and shadows that plagued their journey, the adventurers press on, guided by the sage's intuition, toward the heart of the demon's lair. The chamber expands into a colossal cavern, its walls pulsating with a malevolent energy that grows more tangible with each step. At the cavern's center, a grotesque altar stands, surrounded by ethereal flames that cast an eerie glow as the adventurers approach. The air thickens with a sinister presence, and the shadows seem to converge, forming a swirling vortex that coalesces into a monstrous entity, a demon of immense power and malice. The demon, known as Vordathrax, the Abyssal Conqueror, rises from the shadows, its form ever-shifting and ethereal. The cavern quakes as the demonic entity unleashes a guttural roar that reverberates through the very foundations of the lair. The adventurers brace themselves for the battle that will determine the fate of Eldermore and their own survival. Vordathrax, driven by centuries of confinement, seeks to unleash its wrath upon the world. The sorcerer, attuned to the demonic forces, senses the insidious plans of the Abyssal Conqueror to use the adventurers as vessels for its dark magic, amplifying its power and breaking free from the lair's confines. The battle is fierce and unrelenting, with each adventurer drawing upon their unique skills. The valiant warrior engages in a deadly dance, deflecting the demon's attacks with unwavering resolve. The rogue maneuvers with agility, striking at the demon's vulnerable points. The sage calls upon ancient incantations to weaken Vordathrax's ethereal form, while the sorcerer channels their magic to counter the demonic forces. As the battle reaches its climax, the demon's relentless onslaught tests the group's endurance. Sacrifices are made, wounds are sustained, and the adventurers push themselves to the brink of exhaustion. In a moment of desperation, the wise sage uncovers a forgotten incantation, a banishment spell that can imprison Vordathrax once more. The group must work in unison to create an opening for the sage to cast the powerful spell. The warrior holds the demon at bay. The rogue distracts it with agile strikes, and the sorcerer amplifies the sage's magic. With a triumphant incantation, the banishment spell echoes through the cavern, creating a blinding surge of light that envelops Vordathrax. The demon writhes in agony as the spell takes hold, its monstrous form dissipating into the shadows from whence it came. The cavern echoes with the fading roars of the Abyssal Conqueror, and a heavy silence settles over the lair. Exhausted and battered, the adventurers stand in the aftermath of their victory. Yet, as the echoes of the battle fade, they realize that the true challenge lies in the repercussions of their actions. The demon's lair begins to crumble, its dark magic dissipating, and the adventurers must escape before being consumed by the collapsing abyss. As they emerge from the lair, Eldermore is bathed in the light of a dawn that seems to have forgotten the curse that once plagued the village. The air is clear, and the forest, no longer shrouded in darkness, begins to flourish once more. The adventurers, forever changed by their harrowing journey, return to the village as heroes, their names etched into the lore of Eldermore as the saviors who faced the demon's embrace and emerged victorious. Chapter 7. Torn Veil. Eldermore basks in the newfound light, freed from the curse that had gripped the village for centuries. The adventurers, hailed as heroes, return with both physical and emotional scars from their journey into the demon's lair. However, as the village celebrates its liberation, a subtle unease lingers in the air. The sage, haunted by visions and premonitions, senses that the veil between the worlds remains fragile. The demon's lair, though vanquished, has left a lingering imprint on the fabric of reality. Strange occurrences unfold in Eldermore, shadows that seem to move independently, whispers carried by the wind that echo the demonic roars of Vordathrax. The wise sage consults ancient texts and seeks guidance from mystical sources to understand the nature of the lingering anomalies. It becomes clear that the demon's lair was a nexus of dark energies, and its dissolution has left a void that threatens to unravel the balance between the mortal realm and the ethereal. The group realizes that to mend the shattered veil, they must embark on a new quest, a journey to collect the scattered remnants of an ancient artifact known as the Veilstone. Legends speak of this powerful artifact, capable of bridging the gap between dimensions and restoring equilibrium. The adventurers travel to distant lands, encountering mythical creatures, solving riddles, and facing challenges that test not only their strength, but their newfound unity. Along the way, they learn of the artifact's origins, crafted by ancient beings to maintain the delicate harmony between realms. As they approach the final piece of the Veilstone, a malevolent force emerges, a residual echo of Vordathrax's influence seeking to corrupt the artifact. The group faces a moral dilemma, torn between the temptation to harness the dark power within the artifact and the necessity to purify it for the greater good. In a climactic confrontation, the adventurers overcome the malevolent force and purify the final piece of the Veilstone. The artifact resonates with a brilliant light, and the shattered veil begins to mend. Eldermore, once again, is bathed in the light of a new dawn, and the lingering shadows dissipate. The sage, now attuned to the intricacies of the Veilstone, understands the delicate balance that must be maintained. The adventurers, having become guardians of the artifact, pledge to protect it from those who would seek to exploit its power. As they stand on the outskirts of Eldermore, gazing at the village that has become a symbol of their triumph, the adventurers realize that their journey is far from over. The Veilstone, now a beacon of hope, requires vigilant guardianship, and the group embraces their role as protectors of the delicate equilibrium between light and shadow. Epilogue, Echoes of Darkness. The village of Eldermore thrives in the aftermath of the adventurers' victory over the curse and the restoration of the shattered veil. The once forgotten tales of the demon's lair now serve as cautionary legends, passed down through generations. The heroes, having become integral to the village's lore, find themselves adjusting to the ebb and flow of ordinary life. However, as time passes, subtle echoes of darkness linger in the corners of Eldermore. The sage, ever attuned to the mystical currents, senses a residual energy, a whisper of the demonic forces that once plagued the village. Shadows seem to flicker in the peripheral vision of the villagers, and the wind carries faint echoes of Vordathraxri's roars on moonlit nights. The adventurers, forever bound by the shared experiences within the demon's lair, reconvene in Eldermore. The wise sage reveals that while the curse has been broken, remnants of the malevolent energy persist, threatening to rekindle the darkness they fought so hard to dispel. First driven by a shared sense of responsibility, the group decides to delve into the mysteries that linger beneath the surface. Their quest takes them into the heart of Eldermore, where the residual energies coalesce into pockets of supernatural phenomena. Together, they unravel a hidden truth. The curse's origin was not solely tied to the sorcerer Malgrim, but influenced by ancient pact between the demonic entities and the very essence of the forest itself. The adventurers must confront the roots of the malevolence, navigating through enchanted groves and forgotten ruins. Along the way, they encounter spectral guardians and decipher cryptic messages that reveal the tangled history of Eldermore. It becomes apparent that the delicate balance between light and shadow requires constant vigilance. As they reach the heart of the forest, the group discovers an ancient altar, a nexus where the demonic forces and the natural energies of the forest intertwine. The sage, drawing upon newfound wisdom, invokes a ritual to cleanse and purify the ancient pact. The ritual is fraught with peril, as shadows materialize into spectral forms that challenge the adventurers one last time. With unity and determination, the group overcomes the spectral guardians, breaking the last remnants of the curse's influence. As the ritual concludes, the air clears, and the forest seems to exhale a sigh of relief. Eldermore once again bathes in the tranquility of a restored balance. The adventurers emerge from the forest, their bond stronger than ever. The sage, now marked with ancient knowledge, proclaims that while the echoes of darkness may never fully fade, the village and its guardians stand resilient against the encroaching shadows. As the heroes return to the heart of Eldermore, they are greeted by grateful villagers who, unaware of the hidden struggles, celebrate their protectors. The adventurers, now true guardians of the delicate equilibrium, understand that their journey is perpetual, an ongoing quest to ensure that the echoes of darkness remain mere whispers in the wind, forever kept at bay by the light they've kindled in the heart of Eldermore.